July was absolute chaos for the stock market, but while prices were swinging everywhere, I just collected $1,000 in pure dividend income. Here is every single dollar I got paid. Welcome back everyone, I'm the Swedish dividend investor. So, just as always, we will go through every investment income I received during July. It was a weird month with a very choppy market, wild swings up and down, in what felt like all sectors, but my cash flow held steady. Let's go through the agenda. We will go through the following: my portfolio value and performance year to date, all the distributions, dividends and interest income I got paid in July. We will compare it to July of last year. I will show you guys how my portfolio is currently looking, and I will go through what I bought and what I sold in July. As always, this is not financial advice. I'm just sharing my investment journey, my experiences and my own analysis. Make sure to read the full disclaimer in the video description. So let's start with the performance and my portfolio value. I still have 3 brokers. The transfer between Nordea and IBKR is taking some time. My main portfolio value is sitting at 1,417,605 Swedish crowns. My case study high yield portfolio is sitting at 131,095 Swedish crowns. And my new IBKR portfolio is sitting at 2,224 Swedish crowns. So a combined value of 1,550,924 Swedish crowns. Let's convert it to dollars. At the time of the recording, the dollar is 9.73 Swedish crowns. So that's $159,396 or about 140,268 in euros. For the main portfolio, I'm up 14.93% year to date. The performance for the case study portfolio is 0.68%, and IBKR is such a small amount it doesn't matter. Since the other portfolios are less than 10% of my total value, let's be a bit generous and move the decimal to the left and add that to the main portfolio. So 14.99% year to date. My portfolio keeps chugging along, and I'm honestly a bit shocked over how well my portfolio is performing right now. I guess all good things will come to an end. With that out of the way, let's go through my payments for July. We have 21 to go through. For the first week, I received 5 payments. First out is Capital Southwest, ticker CSWC. I won't yap about my BDCs too much in this video. So we will do 4 in a row now, speedrun style. This month they have a special dividend, so my 80 shares each paid a combined 0.2534, so a total of 20.27. If you didn't know, now you know. Taxation is theft, and in the case of American stocks, we do have to pay 15%. So we remove 3.04 and we land at a total of $17.23. Next one, Gladstone Capital, ticker GLAD. Another monthly payer. My 100 shares each paid me 0.15, so a total of $15. We have to remove the theft fee of 2.25, landing us at a total of $12.75. Moving on, Tenant Park Floating Rate, ticker PFLT, another monthly paying BDC. This one is my worst performer of the bunch. They have a base dividend of $0.08, but they paid a special dividend this month. My 217.27 shares each paid me a combined 0.0833, a total of $18.1. Let's pay my share of our profits, 2.71, landing us at $15.39. Alright, Ares Capital, ticker ARCC. This is the first BDC I bought, and this one is a quarterly payer. My 62 shares each paid me 0.48, so a total of 29.76. Removing the theft fee of 4.47, we land at $25.29. That's it for the BDCs for now. Next up is a favorite of mine. First Trust Vest S&P 500 Dividend Aristocrats Target Income ETF, ticker KNG. The name is a mouthful, but who cares when we have access to Dividend Aristocrats with a conservative option overlay. This is a part of my core 4 in my portfolio, my 4 biggest positions. My 810 shares each paid me 0.1456. I don't pay any taxes on dividends from ETFs domiciled in Ireland, so we land at a net payout of $117.94. Thank you very much. Summing up the first week and the monthly total so far, we land at $188.6. For the second week, I received 4 payments. First out is Cibus Real Estate, ticker CIBUS on the Stockholm Stock Exchange. I might sound like a broken record, but this is Sweden's own Realty Income, one of a few companies in Europe with monthly dividends. My 470 shares each paid me 0.8862, so a total of 416.51 Swedish crowns. I don't pay any taxes on dividends from Swedish companies, but let's convert it to a currency everybody is familiar with. We land at $42.8. Sweet. JPMorgan Nasdaq Equity Premium Income ETF, ticker JEQP or JEPQ. I recently made a huge change here. Spoilers, look at the share count. We will get to that later in the video. My then 112 shares each paid me 0.2517, making the total $28.19 and no taxes. Thanks. Next one in the family. JPMorgan Global Equity Premium Income ETF, ticker JGPI or JEPG. The oldest brother in the JPMorgan family. This is also another one in my core 4. They have been lagging as of lately, but now they seem to recover somewhat. My then 570 shares each paid me 0.1866, so a net payout of $106.36. Last family member, JPMorgan Europe Equity Premium Income ETF, ticker JEEP or JEPE. It's a newer ETF, but so far I'm not disappointed. Their payout has been massive so far. JEEP is another one of my core 4 holdings. My then 540 shares each paid me 0.2288, a total of 123.55 euros. Converting it to freedom units, we land at $140.4 and 0 taxes. Sorry Ursula, less money for you. Summing up the second week, we land at $317.75. Adding it to the monthly total, we land at $506.35. If you want to support my channel, an easy and free way is to like, comment and subscribe. It really helps a lot. Thanks. For the third week, I received 5 payments. First out is Altria Group, ticker MO. My dear Sin stocks. This is the only one left, and with the rate they are climbing in share price, I might have to let it go as well. I do like the Sin stocks, but they are way too overvalued right now. My yield on cost is 9.4%, and currently their yield is at 5.6% roughly. Anyway, my 82 shares each paid me 1.06, so a total of $86.92. However, we do need to part ways with 13.04, making the net payout $73.88. Next up, a pretty known company, Realty Income, ticker O. Should I just copy and paste from the last income report? They just keep going up steadily, and I just keep holding and collect those sweet dividends. My 111 shares each paid me 0.271, a total of $30.08. Removing the tax of 4.51, we land at $25.57. Coming up, a covered call ETF, a REIT and a BDC. Invesco Nasdaq 100 Income Advantage ETF, ticker QQIA. I just love this ETF. It's my favorite among the Nasdaq covered call ETFs. They perform excellent when the Nasdaq goes up, and they still deliver a solid 10% yield on top of that. My then 170 shares each paid me $0.1885, making the total $32.05. I do like that. Next one. Starwood Property Trust, ticker STWD. Ah, yes, the subject of my last video. I'm clearly on the losing side on this one. To cushion the fall, we got some dividends. My 108 shares each paid me $0.48, a total of $51.84. Parting ways with $7.78 brings the grand total to $44.06. Moving on. Blue Owl Capital, ticker OBDC. This one has been beaten down. They made a small cut of their dividend. That's something we have to count on and be fine with these higher yielding stocks. My 139 shares each paid me $0.31, so a total of $43.09. Paying the tax of $6.46 makes the net payout $36.63. Summing up the third week, we land at $212.19. Adding it to the monthly total, we land at $718.54. For the fourth week, I received 4 payments. First out is Global X S&P 500 Covered Call ETF, ticker XY7D or XYLP. So I made some changes to my holdings in Global X's Covered Call ETF. Make sure to stick around for that. My 210 shares each paid me $0.1263, so we land at $26.52. Let's take a look at the rest of the family. Global X Nasdaq 100 Covered Call ETF, ticker QYLE or QYLD. Here's one of the changes I made. I actually sold this one. I will go through my selling and what I bought later. I have held this one for a long time, but I do think their strategy is pretty outdated. They use swaps and they sell at the money calls on 100% of their portfolio, meaning they most likely sell away all the upside. However, my then 196 shares each paid me $0.1709, making the total payout $33.5. Global X Euro Stocks 50 Covered Call ETF, ticker SY7D or SYLD. Another sell actually, and there are better alternatives for this one. My then 125 shares each paid me $0.1482, a total of 18.52 euros. Converting it, we land at $21.08. So long and thanks for all the fish, Global X. Han ETF Infrastructure Capital Preferred Income ETF, ticker ASWN or PFFI, the last member of the Core 4. For those who don't know, this is a high-yielding, slightly leveraged preferred share ETF, so no covered calls. I almost see this one as a super high-yield savings account. Well, it isn't risk-free. You know what? Forget that. Don't sue me, bro. My 887 shares each paid me $0.1339, and with zero taxes we land at $118.77. Summing up the fourth week, we land at $199.87. Adding it to the monthly total, we land at $918.41. For the fifth week, I received 3 payments. First out is Blackstone Secured Lending Fund, ticker BXSL. I don't have much to add here. I'm still waiting for my shares to get transferred to IBKR. My total 70.86 shares each paid me $0.77, so a total of $54.56. Removing the tax of 8.27, we land at $46.29. Last BDC and the last dividend payment, but not the last payment for the month. Morgan Stanley Direct Lending Fund, ticker MSDL. Still no dividend cut, still going strong as far as income goes. My 104 shares each paid me 0.45, so a total of $46.8. Removing the tax of 7.02, we land at $39.78. Last payment. And that is interest from my savings account. I am a bit early this time around as well, since the 1st of August is on Saturday. I wouldn't have time to record and edit this video. I will get paid 116 Swedish crowns, but I do have to pay a 30% tax on this. Removing 34.8 lands us at 81.2 Swedish crowns. Converting it, we land at $8.35. Summing up the 5th week, we land at $94.42. Adding it all up for the grand total for the month, we land at $1,012.83. Scratch that. Editing Linus here. When I was editing the video, I actually saw I had received another dividend today, one day after recording this video. I didn't think I was going to get it until August. This one was from Aker BP. My 103 shares each paid me 6.4259, so a total of 661.87 Norwegian crowns. Removing the hefty 25% tax of 165.47, we get 496.4 Norwegian crowns. Converting it, we land at $51.98. So adding that to the monthly total, we land at $1,064.81. That's about 937.03 euros. So let's compare that to July of 2025. I track every single payment in my dividend tracker spreadsheet. We can see I was paid 4,878.87 Swedish crowns, or 501.42 in today's dollar value. Calculating the difference using this formula, we can see an increase of 112.35%. That's pretty amazing. Next month's number to beat is 5,140.38 Swedish crowns, or $528.3. Make sure to hit the notification bell so you don't miss that. So, taking a look at how my portfolio is looking, we can see my after-tax income is sitting at 116,452 Swedish crowns per year. It is getting up there. In dollars, I'm so close to hitting $1,000 per month on average. In euros, it's about 877 per month on average. My top 10 holdings by invested capital are JEPE, PFFI, JGPI, KNG, my cash position, Cibus, Exact Edge Div, Realty Income, JEQP, and QQIA. By value, it's JEPE, KNG, PFFI, JGPI, Exact Edge Div, Cash, Tele2, Realty Income, Cibus, and Altria Group. My income from each holding is the following: JEPE 13.8%, PFFI 11.4%, KNG 10.9%, JGPI 10.7%, and we have a new top 5 and 6, JEQP and QQIA, both around 4.5%. So my top 6 holdings pays 55.9% of my income. We can also see my cash has gone down from 12% to 7.5%. I have been buying a lot in July. My euro exposure is growing, and if we look at my projected income, we can see it is starting to get a bit more even as I move away from single stock and Swedish companies who only pays once per year. For my buying and selling, I sold both SY7D and QYLE. I sold SY7D for a tiny profit, and I sold QYLE for some decent profit if we include the dividends. What I did instead was I moved my money from QYLE to JEQP and QQIA as an even split, and I bought JEEP with the money from SY7D, since I like the strategy better in all those ETFs. I have bought a lot this month. A new position is Global X Super Dividend ETF. Just a small position, and I'm DCAing into it. I bought more Wink, my core 4, and as you guys can see, I bought LDGL and Wink for my new account, YouTube portfolio. Let's just say my DCA plan I described didn't play out. I still hold a bunch of cash, so I will try to hold on to them and just do smaller buys until we can get some hefty price corrections. So guys, that's the month of July. I hope your month was awesome. What was your biggest dividend payer? Make sure to let me know in the comments. Thanks for tuning in. I will see you guys in the next one. Until then, stay smart, stay patient, and keep stacking those dividends. Ha det gött!